Welcome to the second half of my 12th week in training for the Walt Disney World Dopey Challenge. Today I am heading out for the final run of the week. It's supposed to be 13 miles, but I'm going to make it a 13.1 so I can earn this medal right here. It's the Pacer Series, the London Adventure Challenge medal. It's a half marathon, virtual, and we're going to head out and do this today and relive moments from my past trip. In 2017, I did a London trip, and I want to share some do's and don'ts and everything that we did. So let's head out and get this started.
You know that I'm the queen of overthinking. It's like we're done before we even started. So if this is the end now, baby, know that I gave it my all. I believe in us, I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. Hope you believe in us, please don't give up on me. At least give me a try. 'Cause you're the best thing, the best thing.
We did our London trip the first part of September. We incorporated Labor Day weekend because that way we could save on our vacation time. And we left at 1:45 in the afternoon. This way we had an overnight flight to London. Now, if you're like me and have no problem sleeping on a plane, this is the best route to go. Because I got on the plane that afternoon, fell dead asleep, got to London at 1:45, right in time for lunch, right? We did have a stop in Iceland, which someday I want to go and vacation there. It was absolutely beautiful.
9 minutes, 43 seconds. 1.
Mile 1. So we touched down in London, England at 1:45, feeling refreshed because, like I said, I have no problem sleeping on planes. So we just went around London, just acclimating to it. I've never experienced any jet lag. I don't know why. But we went around and just shot some of these pictures. Stay away from the phone booths. Don't make a call. These are real stinky, and I believe they've been used for urinals for potentially the homeless people. I don't know. But do send a letter in one of their post boxes. Who doesn't want to get a postmark from jolly old England? But make sure you have a lot of time. We had an aunt that had a birthday, and we thought, oh, 3 days is plenty of time. Yeah, no, it took 2 weeks to get from London to Eugene, Oregon. Oh well. Oh well.
Time, 20 minutes, 26 seconds. 2 miles completed.
So after we had lunch, we did a ride on the London Eye. If you don't know what that is, it's like a huge, humongous Ferris wheel, enclosed. Well, each capsule is enclosed. They have one in Seattle, they have one in Las Vegas. I'm sure you're familiar with them. We, of course, because we thought we're going all out, we did the champagne experience, where they served us champagne unlimited. It took, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes. And when you got to the very top, the views were spectacular. And we had so much fun with another couple trying to pick out all of the landmarks. I found Buckingham Palace. My son was able to pick out everything, but you know, kids.
Time, 1 minute, 12 seconds. 3 miles completed.
Since heights don't bother me or my son, we took in the Tower Bridge. It's spectacular as well. You're gonna hear me say that a lot because I think London is just a spectacular place to visit. You gotta do it. Tower Bridge is where you can look over, I think it's the Thames. I am not saying that right. It's really cool. And you get to lay down on the bridge and it looks like, I don't know, what do you think it looks like? It's really cool.
5 seconds. 4 miles.
detour, and moly, look at this. I'm on the freeway. Not really. So a short walk from the Tower Bridge is the Tower of London, which actually is a castle. Who knew? We know now. We did take an unguided tour around the castle. The grounds were just so beautiful, and so we had the opportunity to take a bunch of the normal touristy photos. We were lucky enough to get a photo of the guards. They weren't changing or anything, but you know, just the same. Inside the castle was so gorgeous. We saw the bedroom and living room area. We also went into a separate building where we saw the crown jewels. Oh my God, they were so gorgeous. I cannot believe it. And oh yeah, this is just me having some coffee underneath an elephant. We also met the ravens. I'm not quite sure what the backstory is on them, but yeah, they're these big black ravens that wander around and, I don't know, beg for food. I don't know the backstory, but here they are.
4 minutes, 49 seconds, 5 miles.
I am taking my time because on the plan it said this was a run/walk. I'm taking that literal. I'm doing plenty of walk breaks. So mile number 5. So who wasn't obsessed with Charles and Diana in the 80s? I know I was. So I was not going to miss a chance to go to St. Paul's Cathedral. This is where they were married. Tragic ending. You'll see more about that later in this video. Mile 5. That looks like a prison. What the heck is that? Where am I running? What is happening? Let's look over here instead. Much prettier. Much more prettiful.
7 minutes, 28 seconds, 6 miles completed.
Woohoo, mile 6. We are almost at the halfway point. You know, we did a lot of walking around when we were in the city of London, and we came across this area called, and I'm going to butcher it, Trafalgar. This is the word right here. I don't know how to pronounce it. Something Square. It was really cool. It had a lot of neat photo ops, as you can see. So in the spirit of walking, we're gonna go ahead and just walk mile 6. And as we do, I'm gonna think back on walking around in London, because it was at this time we were walking towards the Buckingham Palace. Ah, God save the Queen. You know what's that song? Oh, hail, oh well. God save the Queen, I think. Cut. Yeah, so apparently I wasn't even recording when I hit mile 7. Am I recording right now? Yes. Oh my God. Anywho, mile 7 was Buckingham Palace. And I gotta tell you, it was so gorgeous. If you are a royal geek like me, and I am, I was just in awe of everything in that palace. They wouldn't allow you to take photos inside of the palace, but let me just tell you, it was just, oh my God, it was so gorgeous. I was able to take this one that makes it look like I'm standing on the balcony with the royal family waving to everybody. Like that would ever happen. Like the Queen would ever want to have tea with me. I don't know why. But I could live there. It's pretty nice. So that day in London was Palace Day. We did Buckingham Palace, and then we walked through Hyde Park to Kensington Palace. So since I enjoyed walking mile 6 so much, I think I'm going to relive walking through Hyde Park on mile 7. Hyde Park, is that like Jekyll and Hyde? That's kind of freaky. We did it anyway, I wasn't scared. They had several little shrines or memorials for Princess Diana, like this one, this little circular shrine. It's really kind of cool.
Hour, 34 minutes, 22 seconds, 5.09 miles.
When we arrived at Kensington Palace, we were just overcome with emotion. 2017 was the 20th anniversary of Princess Diana's death, and the outpouring of love and was just tremendous. Outside of Kensington Palace, they had flowers and notes and just posters. It was just so beautiful. You know, they truly loved her. She was the people's princess. Not my words, theirs. I didn't know her. I only knew of her. She seemed like she was a wonderful individual, and I believe she was. How could she not be with everything that we saw outside of Kensington Palace? So we're gonna head in to the palace for one of the exhibits, but that's not until mile 9. Stay tuned.
Time, 1 hour, 46 minutes, 23 seconds.
Mile 9, we are heading into Kensington Palace, which, oh my goodness, is so vastly different than Buckingham Palace. Kensington, I guess, is where Diana lived when she was away or separated from Charles. To me, it looked like just a really old, musty wood building inside. It didn't look glamorous at all. What was glamorous? We were lucky enough to visit when the display of Diana's dresses was happening, and oh my Lord, they are so much more beautiful in person than when you see her wearing them on TV. And you get to see how early on in her younger years, she was not fat by any means of the description, but she was not as anorexic looking as she was later in her life. And you can see that in the progression of her dresses, as well as the progression of her taste from kind of young girlish dresses to more sophisticated and then to super glamorous. I don't know if that's still going on, especially during these times, but if you get the chance, that is something you do not want to miss. Alrighty, let's head over to mile 10. Let's hit this Gavin!
58 minutes, 58 seconds, 3.0.
10-mile mark, and we're on that busy street again, so I am going to wait until I am off this highway here to talk about what we did at mile 10 in jolly old England. Alrighty, here we are, mile 10. You know, so far on our trip, we did very little shopping. And if you know me, I love souvenir shopping, so we decided to hit what I think is the largest shopping mall ever. It's not really a mall. Harrods. You gotta go there. This is absolutely huge, humongous. It encompasses 5 acres of land and has, at the time in 2017, 330 departments. It took us literally all stinking day to go through Harrods department store. They have several restaurants. It's hard to describe. One of the cool things that they have is kind of a Where's Waldo. They have a Where's Diana and Dopey shrines. They have, I think, 3 or 4 of them, not hidden, but placed around Harrods department store. We found, I think, 3 of them. I don't know if that's all of them, but that's pretty cool.
2 hours, 11 minutes, 53 seconds, 2.1 miles to go. Average pace 11.
The day we went to go to Westminster Abbey, I was so excited because so many royal events have taken place there. The grounds are beautiful. Whoever the gardener is, thumbs up. Two thumbs up. Inside is gorgeous as well, but what I didn't really know is that inside it's like a royal graveyard. There's tombs and monuments, and even in the floor they have the graves, the tombs, that's where they're buried, the royal people. I didn't know that. So that was kind of freaky. Kind of wouldn't want to be there at night. Ooh. A ghost is a ghost is a ghost, no matter if you got a crown on your head or not.
Time 2 hours, 23 minutes, 49 seconds, 1.1 miles to go.
As we near the end of our half marathon, we are also nearing the end of our trip through London. Today we are going to Piccadilly Circus, which by the way is not really a circus at all. It kind of reminded me of Times Square with all the lights and billboards and such. My son and I, throughout the whole trip, throughout Europe, not just in London, we were always getting free coffee at the Nespresso. We did that at Piccadilly Circus as well. And we did some shopping. There's a lot of that there as well. Other than that, you could probably skip it unless you just wanted the Piccadilly Circus photos.
5 minutes, 51 seconds, 0.1 miles to go.
Well, we've hit mile 13, and on our very last night in London, we had tickets to the Queen's Theatre to watch our favorite production, Les Miserables. You know, just like that photo, like I am right now, I was exhausted. And London was just the first stop on our European vacation in 2017. We actually followed the same travel plan as the Griswolds European vacation. Is anyone surprised?
You've reached your goal of 13.1 miles. Time 2 hours, 37 minutes.
That wraps up part 2 of week 12 in my training plan for the Walt Disney World Marathon. Thank you for joining me on this half marathon adventure, reliving my vacation in London, England. I hope you enjoyed it. It made me very melancholy. I want to go back. So join me for next week. We're at the halfway point, week 13. Halfway there, folks. I can hardly believe it. See you next week. Keep running, keep smiling, keep moving.